402 Sports Drop coming at you. We're doing something a little different.
Little chit chat today.
Chat. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything.
Little chit chat.
Everything.
What we started off talking about was the reason for the season and the commercializing of Christmas.
Yeah.
I grew up not Christian, but I grew up Santa Claus.
Right.
Now, my wife, on the other hand, she grew up Jesus is the reason for the season. And then a lot of people, just like my friend from Nepal I was just talking about, he does Christmas because his kids go to school and they wanted a Christmas tree. So they did a Christmas tree. Not for the religion, not for anything. They just did a Christmas tree to have a Christmas tree so the kids could have it. So what was your big thing Christmas?
It's very commercialized. It's not about, for me and for my family, it's not necessarily about Jesus anymore, or God, or however you want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing something for somebody else that you normally wouldn't do. And just spending time with family. That's, for me, that's what it is.
It's the holiday.
Right. It's a holiday.
And like in Europe, they call everything a holiday. Your vacation is you're on holiday. And so that's basically what it is. You're on holiday. You're off of work. Your family comes over. You exchange gifts. You give what you want. Sometimes you're not happy. Sometimes you're overly joyed. Sometimes you get faked out on fake lottery tickets. Anything can happen.
Right. Yeah, it's I think it lost it along the way. Say, for me, it was as we became adults. For me, it lost meaning because for me, it's just a day that I don't have to work.
Yeah.
I love seeing my family. Don't get me wrong. I love my family. I love seeing family that I don't get to see all the time. Abby and Raph, I don't get to see all the time. Alex and them, they live in Lincoln. But I don't get to see them a whole lot, and it's nice to see them. It really is. Spend some good quality time with family.
Exactly. Shout out to family. We all got it.
Yeah.
Either we're blood or we're not blood. We're always family.
Right.
We always family. Everybody's family. And that's another word that's used loosely now too, is the word family. A lot of people use it real loosely now. They, like back in the day, everybody was your cousin. That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Yeah. Or was it fam? That's my fam, dog. That's my fam.
Yeah, that's my fam. Or my kin, if you go way south. That's my kin. My kinfolk.
My kinfolk. Yeah.
If you go all the way that low, that's my kinfolk.
Yeah. But I know people across the whole country, and it'd be nice one time just to get everybody that all the people that you consider family all together in the same place.
But go ahead.
I know it's not feasible, but man, how dope would that be? Just one time.
And so the thing is I think about this part too, is imagine if you brought everybody who cared about you all together in one room. Do they all care about each other? Or would you bring them there because they're all your buddies?
That's true.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of the weird thing I have with when I think about, pulling all my friends together. Let's do a trip or let's do something fun. But is everybody going to be cohesive? Because they're all my friends.
Right.
They're all my family. And some of them are friends, some of them are family. But at the same time, that's just the mentality that I have. Is I kind of think, well, is it going to be really that cohesive,
Yeah. I just think it'd be dope.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see everybody all at once.
Yeah. And just say, hey, maybe introduce,
Oh, yeah.
Like, you've never met my nieces. You never met my brother. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be dope.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
And I got much love for you. I look at you as a brother. And so I don't see where it would make much of a difference. Is like you bring in a dude and, you always have that one friend where you're like, well, I don't know how he can react to, but,
Yeah. Let's
you
just.
You don't bring certain white bearded people to your family function sometimes.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, for the most part, if you're all friends, you're all going to be friends. You show up to a birthday party, you don't know everybody there, but everybody's there for the same reason, Randy's birthday party. And that's what it's all about. And that's the good stuff about it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what you got to make cohesive and everybody get along.
Yeah.
I got to stop you brothers from drinking this poison.
Get your slock and flame ass off the cooler and pass me a brew.
Exactly. We all know what you talk about. The whole place be laughing like, I get it. Because that's why we're all people.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. For me, I think it would be dope. Me being selfish that way, I don't give a fuck if they don't get along or not. They're there for me.
Yeah. True. That's for you guys to get along. Be adults.
Yeah. It's y'all get along. I'm all about that. Maybe we can do it again. But if you don't, guess who's not getting invited again?
Exactly. And if I get in the truck with the wife and I start driving, I'm like, damn, that Steve guy, Randy's friend, man, he's fucking annoying. He's annoying as shit. I can't stand that dude.
Yeah.
Then we'd be on it later on. Hey, so what'd you think of Steve? Man, I'll tell you the truth. But that's just the way it is.
Your real boys will tell you that, though.
Yeah.
They won't sugarcoat shit. Your boys are going to tell you one way or the other, hey, your boy was kind of a fucking weirdo. I ain't going to lie.
Oh, he's like that, though, man. You get to know him. He's pretty cool. He's just kind of, like, okay, man. All right. And it's not like I dislike him. Like I don't want to be around him unless you're talking to younger people saying, what do you owe me? And shit like that. Then, okay, now you're getting on creepy level. But if you're just a weirdo guy, a little bit different than everybody else, like what is normal today? Don't worry, I'll wait.
So, my mom's friend, rest in peace, Doug, he had a hat that says, what is normal? And normal was backwards. And that dude was strange, but he was one of the most sincere people. His relationship with his family wasn't all that great. He did some things I'm sure he regretted.
Made mistakes in his life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we all spilled character.
But man, he was cool. He had so many Nintendo games, so many like video games and computers, and he was weird because you would go to his house and he had like Barbie dolls everywhere. And like, yeah, it was strange, man. Dude was a different cat. But when he was able to move around and do stuff, he would do anything for his friends. Anything. And I commend that because that's to me, that's a genuine person. And he was a different cat, but he was a good person.
Just because you're different don't mean you're bad. You bad,
right?
And see, and I use that quote. I use that term a lot, especially like people in. Oh yeah, well he was in jail for 6 years. Bad guy crime or what? Drugs. Okay, that is a bad guy crime, but it's not it's a non-violent crime.
Right.
It wasn't guns. Right. It wasn't he beat anybody. He didn't, aggressively take on a woman or something like that. Yeah, and so I look at good guy, bad guy crimes, but still at the same time, you did do something wrong. No crime is harmless, and that's what they always say. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, why? Oh, you bring him in the house? It's like, well, he didn't. Had a few DUIs, never killed anybody.
Yeah.
He made some wrong decisions in his life, and
let's be honest, we all should have had some DUIs at some point.
Oh yeah, and I don't care who you are, unless you're CM Punk, straight edge.
Yeah, I mean, I've been guilty of it many occasions.
But if you do get yours, make sure you get it young, because I will capitalize on how old you are. You should not be doing that. Meth at 50, you're dumb.
Yeah, even meth at 40. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, selling pot at 45, you're probably dumb. Yeah, you're probably dumb. You should just have yourself stuff, and then, it's just some stuff like that. It's just like getting a DUI at 40, 45. And mind you, I almost got one. Luckily, the cop was very nice and said, you weren't in your car yet, but I'm not letting you drive. And Oh yeah, wipe the sweat off my brow that cop was a nice guy, and he said that straight to me. He's like, "You're not driving, but you weren't in your car, so I can't cite you for anything. So you got a ride you could call?" And I was like, "Okay," and dodged that bullet. But at the same time, you're nice about it, everything like that.
That reminds me of a story that happened to me. So I used to drink with a friend named Daryl and his wife. At the time, we called her Willie. Her name is Claire. And we were partying over at their house. We went to the bar, drank a bunch of alcohol. Anyway, we all go back to their house, drink more. I'm on my way home. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Her brother is pulled over, and I drive right by. That's not a DUI. And I was hammered drunk, probably worse than he was. And I'm like, oh, damn, I drove right by that. That could have been me.
If you would have left
I'm like,
earlier.
yeah, if I would have been like just 10 minutes earlier, that would have been my ass standing there.
Well, I'm glad it was him pulled over in a DUI, not him flipped over in a tree.
True. Or hit somebody or in an accident of some kind.
Yeah, some kind of an accident. I don't know why I used flipped over into a tree, but I was trying to go my wife's level, worst case scenario.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody was harmed. No, nothing
Good.
like that.
Yeah.
His
pocket was harmed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was big time. In fact, shortly after that is when he sold me his trailer. And because he was in work release doing all this other stuff, he got out. He sold me his trailer. He was actually in work release with Thunder Collins.
Wow.
If you remember Thunder Collins. Yeah, he said he didn't talk too much about him, but Pat was a cool cat. I like Pat.
Who was Thunder Collins? A Husker player?
Yeah, he was a running back for Nebraska.
All right, moving into the Huskers.
99, 2000.
So, are we definitely Pinstripe Bowl?
Yes, against Boston College. Yeah.
BC. Oh, yes. Okay, it was announced. I remember on Pat McAfee. Yeah. And my poor kid wants to go to somewhere warm to play the band for Nebraska, and now he's going to New York City and Yankee Stadium, which is going to be cool. It's going to be way cool, but at the same time, it's going to be way cold.
Yes. December 28th. I believe it's a Saturday, 7:30 game.
Yeah, I think he's going to be home for Christmas, and he flies out the 27th because he's traveling for bowl game. So he gets to go to the bowl game.
That's dope.
Yeah, it is. Especially you complaining about it. Man, I don't want to go to the Pinstripe Bowl. It's going to be cold. And that cold off the water, dude, that cold off the water is a lot different. Well, our cold is kind of sub-zero temperatures, but that cold off the water, that breeze flows.
Yeah. What was the wind chill today? 13 degrees?
Today?
Yeah.
Here in Nebraska?
Yeah. Lincoln.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that. Well, yeah, I did. When I didn't have my hat on, it was blowing in my face.
Yeah, it was chilly.
Oh, yeah.
But we got some new coaches, too.
Yeah. Oh, and we got Big Johnson back.
Yes, Big Johnson back.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yes. See, when you said he went to the portal, I was like, "Damn, that's my dog. That's my dog." And then all of a sudden, you're like, "Oh, Big Johnson's back," and sent me that video, and I was like, "Oh, Big Johnson's back." Hell yeah. He said, "I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to be anywhere else."
I didn't realize that he'd been here for 3 years.
Me neither.
What does that say for Scott Frost, man? Speaking of Scott Frost, though, he's going back to UCF.
I heard about that. As head coach?
As head coach.
Yeah, Trevin told me that.
That's insane. How could you?
I thought Trevin was wrong. I was kind of thinking, I was like, maybe he's going to be an assistant or something, some kind of a coordinator. No. I didn't think he was going to head coach.
Head coach. And Mackenzie Milton was his quarterback when he was there. I believe he's on the staff as well from the previous coach, Mazlan, or was it Gus Mazlan or?
Mazzalan's good. I like it over on 70th and O. That's a good Mexican restaurant. I eat that shit all the time.
I don't think I've ever been there, but I love me some Mexican food.
Josh went there and he ordered a hamburger and fries.
Jiggly. What the hell? Oh man. So the coaches that are new, Dana Holgerson has now been officially named our offensive coordinator. I love that. John Butler had an interim put on him for defensive coordinator. He's now defensive coordinator, period.
Who is coming from the NFL or is going to the NFL?
So we have
actually a couple.
On. We have a couple. Glenn Thomas was already here. He has 20 years experience coaching the NFL and quarterbacks in the NCAA.
Is that the black gentleman?
No. You're thinking of DeKel Schwartz. He's a wide receiver. No, DeKel Schwartz is a receivers coach that was at Kentucky.
Okay.
I think it's Terry Braden. He's a defensive line coach.
From Tampa Bay?
From Kansas City.
Oh, KC. It was KC, not Tampa Bay.
I think that's KC. Him. And then
yes, and then that's right.
Yeah. And then we have Rob Dvorak, and then Phil Simpson is also going to be here.
And you know what that says? That those guys coming over are like, we see something we can fix.
That's right.
There's something in that Nebraska we can fix. Matt Rule's like,
magic.
Hey, what can you do? Well, these are some of the things I looked at. And I think we can improve this team 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Ohio State, you want to buck up and get some like you did Michigan? We got a lot of big corn-fed mules, man. We'll come bust your ass up. I know Ohio State does too, but they got a lot of rich, princey pants. Oh, I got a lot of money to play here.
Ohio State's offensive coordinator is interviewing for the West Virginia job.
And you know what? On Ohio State, man, I can't believe they're calling for Day's job. I've heard people say that. I was like, dude, you lost 2 games, and they were both close. You haven't gotten beat up in years. So who the hell are you going to sit there and say, fire your coach? You know what? Fire your coach. I said that to the guy at Cisco. Shout out Cisco, you all suck. I said it to the guy at Cisco. I was like, you know what? Fire him then and get a shitty first-time coach and then suck forever. Then I'll like Ohio State. And everybody in the whole place started laughing. I was like, then you'll suck forever and then I'll like Ohio State. I'll feel sorry for you, Cleveland Browns.
How about the bombshell that North Carolina's about to drop? Did you hear about that?
No.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, I heard it on the other end. I heard it the backwards way. I heard Belichick has been talking to North Carolina. I didn't register it when you said it like that.
They're about to sign a deal. He's about to be their next head coach.
Can you fix everything though? If you don't have the right pieces to fix it, can you fix everything?
But Belichick did make the playoffs without Brady. Let's be honest.
I was listening to Sean Merriman on the 6 Feet Under podcast with Undertaker. Damn good podcast. You should listen more. He said that if he had to choose between Brady and Manning, he would always choose Manning because Manning was more like the sheriff. Like he knew what to do. He was the general on the field. He was his own offensive coordinator. But with Brady, he just knew how to win. He just knows it. You can't compute that much stuff in your head in a minute and 32 seconds that I have to get all the way down that field and score. That's something you just have to know. You have to know how to do that. And that's one thing Brady had, is he had that go-get-it attitude. Everybody I've ever heard say that about Brady is he is competitive.
Oh,
He is always,
anybody in NFL should be competitive.
but he's ultra competitive. And
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean, though? But yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Merriman said about him is he don't have that calculation in his head. He has, I can't lose.
Yeah, it's second nature.
Yeah, drafted last in the freaking draft.
7th round, I think it was actually.
I thought he was Mr. Irrelevant.
It was 7th round. I know that much. He was brought in as a backup to Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, and yeah, I know that, but he was also brought in a backup in Michigan.
Right.
Behind, I want to say Heineke, but I'm not right.
Was it Greasy?
It might have been, but he was brought in, and on the Herd, they played the commentary, and here we go. You got a backup coming in, Tom Brady, coming out in his third year, no starts under his belt, getting ready, and he's going to take over the game for now. And I was like, oh, you never knew what you just opened right there. Yeah. Wow.
What a can. Damn. Yeah. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Yeah.
And then we got Saturday night's main event this weekend.
We do. It's shaping up to be a pretty decent show.
Yeah, it is. I'm wondering what titles will change hands, if any.
I've heard rumors that every title's changing hands.
Every
title's changing hands.
When do we have the women's Intercontinental or United States champions being crowned?
Not at main event.
Yeah, because it felt like there was a tournament, then it felt like nobody talked about it anymore.
Well, there's still a tournament going on. SmackDown has 2 more matches in the semis and then finals still.
Oh, because Lyra won on Raw, so right, she's advanced. Right. Yeah, okay.
Lyra and who was the first one that won?
Oh, it was out of nowhere. She beat Shayna Baszler. Your girl, Dakota Kai?
Dakota Kai.
Yeah, she ended up beating one of the tough ones.
Yeah. I did not see that happening at all.
No, I thought they were going to go a completely different direction. But I'm glad it did. I like it. I like it. It's a good shakeup. And especially, this is not the world title. This is the IC title. So Dakota Kai is deserving. You put it on Lyra, all that's doing is picking and boosting her up. It's going to boost up Dakota a lot more because Lyra's already up there.
Yeah, but they got to face each other now.
Yeah. And then it's going to be either Lyra pushes her over and gives her her first title, because Lyra was the NXT champion for a while.
So was Dakota.
Oh. I'm not an NXT guy. I just seen a really gorgeous girl with dark black hair from Ireland, and I was like,
She pretty.
I know. And I like her.
The jawline.
I know. Look up Natalie Kelly from Tokyo Drift. She has that same jawline. Yes, she does.
She pretty.
She is.
Yeah, man. A lot of sports stuff. What's going on in UFC?
Now we're waiting for John Jones Aspinall. That's probably the only real biggest fight that can happen right now. There was a couple of decent fights on this weekend. Oh, well, speaking of hand-to-hand combat, they're coming up with a thing called LFG. It's going to be a new Tough Enough, and Evander Holyfield's son is going to be in it.
Oh, no kidding.
And he's the one they've been talking about. So, like I was telling Bert earlier today, I was like, I feel like they're going to try and surround it around him because he's the name, Evander Holyfield's son. So he don't even get a choice. Ric Flair's daughter, Evander Holyfield's son. You don't get a choice.
You know, if UFC, I mean, it's wrestling or is it UFC?
No, it's WWE. WWE. They're going to do it on A&E like they did Tough Enough. But when I was thinking hand-to-hand combat, that came to my head because that was the last thing I was paying attention to. Yeah. And UFC? No, not really. We had Cyril Gahn, who sucks still. We had a couple jiu-jitsu fights that were kind of boring.
What happened with that Colby Covington thing? Said he sunk to his lowest of lows. Do you even know anything about that?
It's his whole talking crap thing, and he's trying to fight Ian Gary. He's trying to fight him. I think his name's Ian Gary, and he's trying to fight him, and he keeps on dodging him and everything like that. So there's a whole argument going on, and this Ian Gary is pretty good. So I think his name's Ian Gary, or I sound like a freaking idiot thinking I should know.
I'm not sure.
Ian Machado Gary. Yeah, it is Ian Gary. Ian Machado Gary. Yeah, he was talking about Colby Covington being a wuss because Colby won't fight him. And Colby talks about, oh, I'll fight you anytime. And the hold up is on Colby's side.
His camp?
Yeah. Oh, well, his negotiations. His negotiations are there.
Well, that's his camp.
Yeah. And like they said about John Jones. John Jones is like, fight's not going to happen. Fight's not going to happen. And like Brendan Schaub on the Schaub Show, he's like, that's just negotiations. They do that stuff. They do that to hype it up even more, to make people want it more. Oh, fight's not going to happen. Oh, we want the fight. Now the money's getting bigger. Now the negotiations are getting bigger. Now more people are talking about it. Then it goes into that realm of how you negotiate.
Right.
Sounds like Conor McGregor lost everything. Yeah, a lot of them. And a lot of them probably paid for that billion-dollar Lamborghini yacht that he drives around.
A Lamborghini yacht?
He drives a Lamborghini yacht.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, and so he's probably going to lose that big ass thing too, because a lot of his sponsors bailed on him. You find yourself in a severe situation like that with the severity of the allegations, but he lost the lawsuit, so he's lost a lot of money. She got a fat purse, and if she lied, good for her. If she told the truth, well, I'm glad justice was done then. But
she's got to meet the maker one way or the other. I mean, she's got to answer for if she lied.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
either
and,
now
they
or
always
later.
Say, don't put down the victim. Don't put down the victim. But sometimes, as much as you've been around and people have been around, who's really the victim?
Right.
Was Conor robbed for a lie, or was there really the alleged things that really took place?
Right. Nobody knows except for them two.
Yeah. Well, like the one time, years and years, a long time ago, I said to one dude, I said, "You think Tyson did it?" He goes, "I hope so. He went to prison for it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Ouch.
That was the answer I got. That was how I acted. I said, "Oh, well, that's a way to look at it, I guess."
Yeah, I mean, shit.
I know. That's one hell of a way to look at it.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
What else we got going on?
We got that MWA show this weekend.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to the company Christmas party.
I've been there almost 13 years. I've never been to one. So.
Yeah. I was asked if I was going today, and I was like, well, I'm not sure yet, Not really sure yet. He's like, well, I hope so. I hope you're there and have a lot of fun and laughs and everything like that. But if not, then have a happy holiday. I was like, no problem, buddy. You take care, man. He's one of the cool drivers. He's one of my guys, one of the drivers that come in, and he comes straight to me when he comes in. He's one of the cool guys. Just like the other dude I was talking about earlier who said, cook right through those pants.
Yeah.
He's one of my cool guys too. He always comes in and talks straight to me.
Is that the owner operator dude that keeps his truck clean?
Oh yeah. Yep. The guy from Connecticut or Massachusetts. Tattoos all the way up to his ears.
Yep. Tall socks.
Yep. John.
Is that his name?
Yep. Cool cat.
I like him. He got a new Peterbilt.
I know. He told me. I was like, already? Yeah, I got another one. I was like, already? I said, damn.
It's clean.
That's what I say. Keep it clean. I always keep it clean.
Dude, he brought it in 2 weeks ago. Or brought it through. Man, it's
because he's an owner operator. He deals with his own money.
Yeah. He bought it in, I think he said Riverside.
Was it Riverside or was it
I want to say Riverside in California. Let's put it that
yeah.
way.
Oh, I can't think of what he said. It started with an L.
Was it
Yeah,
L?
but either or. Yeah. I thought it started with an L.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's nice. He told me about it a couple weeks ago or before he got it. He said the
Lamar.
international
I think he got it
Lamar
in Lamar. Yeah. I think that's what he said, Lamar.
or Lamont.
But I don't know. But neither
Lathrop.
nor here there. He got a brand new truck.
Yeah.
Lemon
He
side?
just said, yeah, he was just saying that he's having a lot of problems with the international, and I'm like, that's kind of par for the course with international. I'm like, what about
Internationals are no good no
Freightliner?
more.
I've never been a big fan. I'm a Freightliner guy, man.
In 08, we had 2 international box trucks, and they both ran great.
So the box trucks are decent because they didn't have to have the Max Force engine.
Yeah.
The
And you
Max
didn't
Force
need a
engine ruined it for everybody.
you didn't need anything on there. The only one you needed for the other one, you had to have a CDA, a CDL, is because and endorsement because they had air brakes on it, air shocks. So you had to have the endorsement on it.
Yeah. One of the trucks I drove for a little bit from Pfizer was an international. It was an old international. The other one I think was a Ford.
So you had your CDL.
No.
I hollered at one of the mechanics. He was driving around in one of the cabs and he went and parked it. And I seen him get out and I was like, "You need a CDL to drive that?" No.
Private property. He's not taking it on the road.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, he's driving those trucks. They're just driving these trucks all over the place.
Yeah, I love working there, man. It's a good company. I really do.
Yeah, I like everybody there. They're all good people. Yeah, they're all good people.
We all have bad days. We all have, crappy days that we wish didn't happen, and
It's
it
work.
is what
It's
it is.
life.
Yeah.
It's
Life
chapters
ain't
in your
gonna.
life, man.
Yeah, it's nothing's gonna be peaches and ice cream all the time.
I don't want peaches with my ice cream.
I
I want chunky peanut butter and ice cream.
Chunky peanut butter.
Yeah, I like the nuts. No, I've always been a fan of nuts. No, I always get the spicy peanuts. I always get different flavored peanuts,
Yeah,
and then
I mean, for me that's different. I like them, but also like when it comes to peanut butter, it's got to be the creamy peanut.
it's creamy. It's just got nuts in it.
It's something
Unless
about
you
it.
get that extra chunky where the whole thing is like big old nut. No.
See, when we were younger, we used to get that.
And it was just a spread of nuts and
It was
yeah.
like you just put a spoon and you couldn't spread it. There's too many in there. So I was like, I don't like that.
I bought some stuff off the shelf at the grocery store, and it was 3-ingredient peanut butter.
Oh.
So no sugar added, no nothing.
But there's still a lot of oils in it.
Oh, a lot of oil. Only one, because you need the nuts and the cream.
Yeah, look at how much saturated fat's in peanut butter, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love peanut butter.
I love the peanut butter flavor. I don't care if you give me peanut butter protein bites, or peanut butter protein shake. I'll drink that too. I love peanut butter.
For a snack, I would take a tortilla, put peanut butter on, roll it up.
Throw it in the microwave or eat it cold?
Nope. Just eat it cold.
You know what? Why don't you make yourself a peanut butter quesadilla? That's good shit.
I never thought about that. Well, I can't now anyways. So.
Yeah, but that's good shit.
Backstory is I got some stuff going on. I can't have that.
Yeah. The diet don't permit.
Right.
So I just talked to you about all the good food that's going to kill me.
It don't bother me no more, man. I know. When people talk about it, I'm like, it doesn't bother it. When I first started, it would. Because it was in my head.
It's all mental. Once you can't have it, I want it so much more. I just want it so much. Once you
Fried
can't have it.
chicken. Fried chicken.
I'm sorry.
I know. I would live on fried chicken if I could.
You can't even do baked fried chicken, like shake and bake bullshit. No crumbs.
What's the use?
That's true. If they fucking deep saturated in oil, then why even eat fried chicken?
At that point, it's just baked chicken with shit on it.
Wouldn't call it shit.
Well, that's how I look at it. But
Yeah.
I love me some Popeyes. I love me some KFC. I love fried chicken. I love store-bought fried chicken.
Yeah.
I love fried chicken.
But you can't do like gluten-free fried chicken?
It's still got fat. Don't matter if don't have gluten in it.
So, whatever. I don't even care. It's whatever.
Ranch? I can't even have ranch no more.
Don't worry about ranch. You can live without ranch.
Cream. Sour cream, can't have it. Milk, can't have it.
I can live without sour cream. I don't eat milk. I don't drink milk.
I love milk, man. I used to drink the shit out of milk. But maybe that's why I'm in the predicament I am.
Yeah. Maybe it is.
But I feel better today than I have in a long time. So.
Well, good. At least that's a positive thing. You feel healthy.
Yeah.
You feel good.
Yeah. I've been sick. I had the BGs for a while. Everybody knows. I mean, I've been working from home last week. It was crazy. But I'm feeling better right now.
Good. Good.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. 402 Sports Drop. New format. Let us know what you think. Give us some interaction. Spit it out, Benny. You got swallow. Classy broad.
Well, a little stupid 402 Sports Drop chit chat. Give us a like, subscribe, stay up. Hey, you know what else you can't have? That one thing we used to get back in the day all the time. 402 Sports Drop. Love ya.
That motherfucker.